Hello and welcome to the beginner walkthrough for the Horizon Racing Academy. First off, I'd like to say congratulations on completing the Novice challenges. You've proved that you have what it really takes to get the hang of driving fast. So, let's take it to the next level. Throughout beginner, we will start to take the concepts that we presented in Novice and expand upon them with longer challenges, while also introducing new pieces to the puzzle. I would again like to thank Master FUWA for the footage for us to examine. Let's get into it. Some say B1 is impossible, but that's not true. What they don't know is the secret lies in your game settings. The goal of this one is to introduce you to manual with clutch so that you can get the best launches and faster shifts. At the start, you want to hold on to the throttle at about 75% pressure and ease onto the rest of the throttle as you go through the first gear to minimize the tire slip. With launch control, you can basically just have your foot to the floor, and it should launch well for you. As you start to reach the top of the gear, be ready to shift. You want to press the clutch, then the shift up button, and then release both. If you press the shift up button before you press clutch, you will lose time on your shifts because you grind the gear. You can basically hit the two buttons at the same time, but you need to make sure that you hit your clutch first. The rest of the challenge is simply flooring it to the finish and trying to make as straight of a line as possible. B2 is all about finding your line and controlling your wheel spin. Start by staying wide to the right as you approach the turn. You want to hit the street sign on your right for a few reasons. Number 1, it helps you know where to start your turn, and number 2, it will help you shift the car's weight for the turn in. Start your turn into the corner and aim for the small dirt patch on the inside of the apex with your front left tire. As you hit the dirt, let off and blip the throttle, and let the car get through the bump. When the car is through the bump, ease back onto the throttle and maintain your grip and keep turning left. Once you're through the left, let the car run wide, tuck in tight to the right checkpoint on the apex, and use the apex curb to set your final run in a straight line to the finish on your exit. B3 is a lot like the very first challenge you did in Novice, but you're traveling at a high rate of speed and it has tighter wall restrictions, so controlling the car through the turn is more difficult. At the start, move to the left and pick up as much speed as you can. Just after the Horizon Festival Mexico sign that goes over the track, stay close to the left side, aim your car to the sidewalk, brake early so that you can let the car ride up on the curb, ease off the brakes and coast into the turn. Aim to put your right wheels on the inside of the apex curbs, and just before your right wheels hit, give the car a tiny bit of throttle to maintain your grip and push your car through the corner with the left wheels holding more weight. You don't need a lot of throttle here, just a tiny blip to help push the car through the corner. But be aware that too much throttle can cause you to lose grip entirely. B4 is your first introduction to harsh hairpins at high speeds. The goal here is to trust your braking and control the car under heavy braking into the hairpin. At the start, stay tight to the right and build up as much speed as you can. It's very easy to want to brake when you first enter the cheering festival crowds, but keep charging. Brake hard in a straight line and downshift to third as your car approaches the outer wall. Cut hard left as you come off the brakes and point the car through the turn. Aim your left wheels for the sand on the apex and make sure you really get the car into the sand to make good use of the extra grip that's provided by the curvature of the land there. As the car pops out of the corner, you want to ease back onto the throttle to maintain the most possible speed for your exit to the finish line. B5 is yet another hairpin to the left, but this time it's done in much tighter quarters than before. Much like before, your goal is to get the car set up for the hairpin with as much speed as possible. Now you want to aim for the tire set on the right with the lamppost and the green turn sign as your hard brake marker. Brake hard and downshift all the way to second. Then, as you're letting off the brakes, turn in tight to the apex and get as close to the red and white tires on the apex as you can. After your car has passed those tires, you can ease back onto the throttle and power out of the exit of the turn to the finish line. B6 is similar to B2, but we're taking a faster left-hand turn and have a much higher entry speed. At the start, immediately dive to the inside left of the first turn, followed by an immediate right of the next one. Try not to turn too much and let the car accelerate as much as possible. Stay to the right again on the next corner as you're charging up the hill. As you approach the big left-hander ahead, look for the wave in the wall on your right. When you get there, you want to dip 2 wheels off the road on the right and let off the gas to start turning into the corner. At the street sign on the first apex, slowly start to ease onto the throttle and keep the car balanced as you enter the left. Hold the left as one long corner and let the car ride its line, outside, inside, and outside again, and across the line. B7 seems simple at first glance, but the real challenge comes from setting up your car for the 2 turns ahead. At the start, you want to make your way a bit to the right and pick up as much speed as possible. Your goal on the first left is to be starting your next right turn as soon as that left is done, or by cutting your line early to start the next line. As you start the right turn, ease onto the throttle to maintain control of the car. If you are understeering into the wall, try lifting more on the initial turn-in. Power out of that right turn all the way to the exit and across the finish line. B8 is a longer version of N5. Just like before, it's about setting yourself up for what's about to come ahead. Use as much space as you can, and try to focus on making a line that follows the space in the track. Most of the slalom is done in 3rd and 4th, and you shouldn't have to slow down much if at all. If you start to wash out on your lines, try using a little less throttle in those areas. B9 is a combination of everything you've learned from N1 through B8 so far, and will test you a lot on your ability to link your line together to set up for what's ahead. Start off by gaining as much speed as you can and staying far to the left side of the road. A few car lengths before the second catwalk, hit the brakes and downshift to 3rd. As you let off the brakes and turn in, aim your front wheels for the dirt on the inside of the corner and coast into it. Just before you hit that stop sign, you can start to ease back onto the throttle and help yourself regain control of the car on the exit. On the exit, keep the car tight to the left and prepare for the tight right-hander ahead. Brake just before the catwalk on the corner, and turn in early as you downshift to 3rd. When the car settles around the mid-corner, you can start to ease back onto the gas to let the car hook around the corner and power out. An early upshift to 4th on the corner exit can help keep the car stable and limit wheel slip. Stay on the left as you push towards the final corner. Exit that corner wide to make the braking window for the next turn. Set up the car with 2 tires in the dirt on the right and aim for the yellow street sign while braking. Downshift to 3rd to maintain the car's grip and dive towards the stop sign for an early apex. Ease onto the throttle as your back wheels get beyond the apex and clip the right checkpoint on the exit. B10 is the final test for you, beginner. It's time to put down clean lap times on our tiny track. Right at the start, watch out for the curbs in front of you as they've been blocked off to stop you from cutting. They are also a sign of where you want to be. Get your car to the right side as you enter the tunnel and aim to straddle the curb to help the car rotate through the first corner. Exit wide and get the right wheels up on the curbs to allow you to stay on the throttle. You want to hit the brakes around the checkpoint so you have time to slow down before you hit the curbs with your right tires. As you hit the curb with your right tires, start to look for the apex of the corner as you're easing off the brakes. A quick downshift to second will help you turn the car in late and slip around the corner with some extra speed. You can extend your exit and use the curbs on the outside to carry more speed on exit. Stay on the right side of the road as you climb the hill. As you come down the hill, look for the big lamp post on the right as a marker for when to brake for the next left. You don't have to brake much, just a little tap can do. Use the curb on the inside of this corner to help rotate the car. You can carry a lot of speed through this corner if you get it right and have enough control of the car. Enter the final left-hander early and try to get at least 2 wheels on the curb for rotation and extra grip while you ease onto the throttle going into the final straight to cross the finish line.